Right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's call of the Crypto Mondays Collective for Monday, March 3rd, 2025. Start with happy Crypto Mondays to everyone. Um, First, I don't know, Lilia, if you had a chance to email folks that Scott Melker has bailed on us today. Unfortunately, I was actually just on his crypto town hall earlier today, so not quite sure why he bailed, but we have no speaker, so it's largely just going to be us rapping with each other. I'm going to go through, I don't know, maybe less than 10 minutes. First, rocking Crypto Mondays East Denver. So as we were talking about before, it was great hanging out. I think Eric might be the only person on the call that I hung out with there, but it was a amazing week, and I'm sure we'll talk about lots about that post the 10 minutes of formal remarks. We had more than 1,500 RSVPs for Crypto Mondays East Denver. I'm pretty sure it was the second biggest Crypto Mondays, certainly that I've ever been at after the Yang interview when he was running for president. But it was an awesome evening and an awesome week. Today, I'm attending again with Eric, Crypto Mondays San Francisco, featuring a fireside chat with Roger Ying, co-founder of Diffusion AI. So it's another focus on decentralized AI. Crypto Mondays in NYC is going to have another big night. It's Crypto Mondays Wall Street, first Monday of every month. Crypto Mondays Wall Street there. They've already got more than 250 RSVPs for that event. So that's going to be a rocking night in NYC. And then I just agreed to speak at the new event in Tel Aviv on March 27th called Building Blocks. It's a builder event, all focused on crypto, and it's being thrown by a consortium of folks. But I think the major one is the largest, I think, most successful Web3 VC in Tel Aviv. So it should be a really great event. So looking forward to that. So if anybody wants to come along, let me know, or you know of anybody who might want to come along. I always love to bring people to Tel Aviv. It's just an amazing, amazing ecosystem. This will be my 19th trip since I started going my first trip in 2015. So real quick for today, I want to talk about the decentralized AI Agent Alliance, tokenizing Crypto Mondays, and just some next steps. So, we've talked about this before as part of our initiative for our community management AI agent, which we're building for the entire community and open sourcing. We started the Decentralized AI Agent Alliance. And so the idea is to get as many people in the industry to join the alliance and work in subgroups collectively to solve our problems instead of solving them individually. We had our first meeting on February 17th, 2025. You can go see a replay of that on the DIA YouTube channel. The highlight was really we had 16 members and everybody went through and introduced themselves. And the biggest feedback I got post the meeting was how impressive the other members were. So it was a great kickoff. We've got the next one, meeting number 2 on March 17th. Anybody who wants to come, you're welcome to come. And in between the first meeting, second meeting, all the subgroups should meet. The mission of the Alliance is to foster development and proliferation of decentralized AI agents through education, activism, research, and events. We started with, this is the wall if you go to the DIA website, the 30 founding members. We're now over 40 members and tons of follow-up from ETH Denver about additional people who want to join. And we really started this largely just in calls that I was already having, kind of starting at the beginning of the year. So whenever I would have a call with somebody say, hey, join the Alliance, and basically everybody did, including large companies like DCG or Polkadot, Techstars, to a lot of smaller startups and clients like eSwarm and Splinterlands. So it's a great group, and I think it's going to grow and grow. The subgroups, which I think are really the most interesting part. Hey, Nathan.
Hey,
So I'd seen you for a while. Nathan and I hung out in at East Denver. That was fun. On the subgroups, we've started with 5 subgroups of first, and they each have a chair. So the first is legal issues, and that started by uh, Adam Miller, who's the founder of MyDAO and also the co-organizer of Crypto Mondays Orange County. The data ownership subgroup is being chaired by Delia Tonda, who's active member of the collective, was a member of the cohort 1 of the AI Web3 Accelerator. And I think that's going to be co-chaired, although we haven't gotten confirmation um, by, now I'm totally spacing on her name, the woman who broached Cambridge Analytica, Brittany Kaiser. So Brittany's, globally famous, and and she's going to be involved, whether she'll chair it or not. I think she hasn't confirmed. She also just recently became Chief Strategy Officer of ELIZA, which was formerly A16, AI16Z, one of the, most successful AI agent projects. Then we have community management, which I'm going to be running. Subgroup on agentic payments, which Eric Forst is going to be running. So Eric, that's the right name for it?
Agentic commerce actually is
Oh,
the way I'm
agentic
thinking of it.
commerce.
Yep. So
Okay.
it's both buying and selling.
Okay.
Yep.
Here. Yeah.
And encompassing Web3 to Web3 and Web3 to Web2 interactions.
And so you guys start, I know you've got the first meeting set because I sent it out in the letter to everyone. So I'll follow up with you. We can talk about more
So
tonight.
I'll drop the link to the Zoom for tomorrow. It's in the time was off in the newsletter. It's going to be 11 a.m. Pacific time tomorrow. So I
Okay.
will,
Sorry about that.
that's all right. And I'll drop the Zoom link in here. Actually, the whole meeting invite in here if anyone wants to join.
Did anybody reach out?
Yeah. Andy and Robin both reached out, and so they're in the meeting. So yes, and just had a good call with Dele, and he'll be joining as well.
Terrific.
Yeah.
And then, obviously we're starting with our own community, but I'm excited that we've got actually the conversational voice subgroup, and that's going to be run by Nova Echo, which is a company that Peter Camille brought in. So thanks for that, Peter. And this is really, I think, where the majority of the work is going to get done at the Decentralized AI Agent Alliance, DIA, is in these subgroups. And my guess is they will also proliferate, as we get more members, and basically anybody who has a problem, or an area that they want to focus on, solve problems in, they're welcome to start a subgroup, and we'll help them recruit the members. For the community management subgroup, our mission is to facilitate the building and proliferation of tools and workflows that optimize community member engagement. I got to start recruiting members for that subgroup. Meet the Monday. This is our agent. We've talked about this before. We really think with Web3 and AI coming, we're going to get this post-web. And the mission, of Crypto Mondays now with AI is to learn, earn, and connect. So we're going to be scaling that up for the meetup part of Crypto Mondays. And then our AI agent, we really want that to be the operating system for communities. And that's really a big idea. I know I've talked about this before, but bears repeating. Been crypto 7.5 years. Very quickly, I realized the two problems we needed to solve for community, decentralization to really be a thing is token economics and governance and consensus. And in 7.5 years, we've made little progress on either one. I really believe now with AI technology, we can start to make really significant progress. And I think that progress can be accelerated if we're all leveraging the same platform to manage our communities. And so, we're calling ours Monday. Anybody be able to white label it, but we'll all be on the same platform, and massive advantages to that. Our AI agent, which actually went into alpha last week, is going to be, focusing on doing what we do at Crypto Mondays, which is help people learn, earn, and connect. If anybody wants to be part of the alpha, let us know, and Deli will reach out. We're tokenizing Crypto Mondays. Our tokenomics is via building accelerated investing. We'll create and distribute value to our token holders. We're starting with, we're going to have $1 billion total, and 300 million we'll put into circulation largely to Crypto Oracle token holders. We'll do an airdrop to Crypto Mondays organizers and members. That'll leave 700 million in treasury that we'll use to provide liquidity, build and accelerate companies, and investor burn. Our token generation event, we've soft circled March 17th, which is coming up very, very fast. There's still some major tasks remaining. We got to clean up the Marshall Island DAO, which Steve Mazur is helping with. Token distribution logistics, which is, I think we're 95% of the way there. And the hardest part is the token liquidity. So we're working with Sarson and others such that the liquidity will have token when issued. And next step, quickly, the asks of collective members. Again, if anybody wants to test the alpha version of the Crypto Mondays app, that'd be awesome. Let us know. We're going to start focusing on wallet addresses for, when we push it live. We will have, before kind of the TGE, we will be distributing tokens to Crypto Oracle Collective token holders and airdropping to Crypto Mondays, as I said, organizers and members. So we think, if we do a really strong program there, we can start with thousands of wallet holders. So that'll be something that we'll be asking collective members help with. And if anybody knows anybody who you think should be a DIA member. So, and effectively, this is anybody building, working in the decentralized AI agent space, I think are great candidates for being members of DIA. And that should bring everybody up to date on what we're up to at the collective. Let's see, Eric, you want to, oh, there we go. Talk about, we start the conversation after that. Well, first, before we move on from that, anybody have any questions? Anything on we just covered? Going once. Hey, Charlie. Going once, twice.
Hey, Lou.
Hey, Michael. Oh, hey, Charlie. Sorry, Michael posted a question. So let's see, Michael, where do we get more info about DIA? So the two places are dia.org. That's our website. And I wrote a post, I don't know, 3 weeks ago on why we started DIA. So I'll put both those links here, but I think those are really the two main places today to go and learn more about DIA.
Awesome. Thanks, Lou.
Anybody else have any questions or thoughts on what I'd said before? Okay, cool. So, last month, and I think, I'd be up for having, maybe one of the 3 weekly is just having more of an open dialogue where we're really able to share and learn from each other instead of having featured guests. We did that, I think last month when one of the speakers bailed. So, we'll do it again. But, I'll just get the ball rolling with just asking Eric to talk about, his highlights from ETH Denver.
Well, thanks, Lou. Certainly the dinners that we had were highlights, as always. Crypto Mondays was fantastic to reconnect with so many people from the collective and from the accelerator. Just reconnecting with Dele is always a treat. We had hung out at Consensus in Austin last year, and it was really really great. Just learning Dele's excitement about DIA, about the Decentralized AI Alliance, and really looking at the incredible opportunity it presents for all of us who are members to collaborate with each other, to give each other business, and to work on these subgroups. So that was an incredible highlight. Decentralized AI Day last Wednesday was amazing. It was probably the highest quality content of any of the events that I went to in Boulder, in East Denver. We had presentations from Morpheus, from Treehouse, which was amazing. It was an agentic marketplace where you can spin up agents and have agents negotiate with each other. That was incredible to learn about. Just seeing what Eric Bravik and John Sarson are putting together with their new decentralized AI fund. Um, I'm probably missing some of the great alpha that came out of that event. So that was phenomenal. I only stayed through Thursday night, um, and Thursday morning went to Shelling Point, which is the people who are working on regenerative finance, and regenerative economics. It was a
Great
lot of
name
this.
for a concert. I mean, for a conference.
Yeah, yeah, it was a lot of the
Well,
same.
why do they call it Shelling Point? I've always wondered that. I've
That's a
even
really
been and I asked them then, and I still don't remember what they said, if they said anything.
Lou, what is it? Actually,
A
I
Shelling
always wondered
point
what it was.
is a Shelling point is that place that you would aggregate at if you didn't know anything. So it's kind of a weird concept. Like the example that's always used is the Shelling point. Yeah, anybody know the Shelling point in New York City, where like if you needed to meet somebody but you didn't have any plans, where most people would go?
Is
Times
Grand
Square.
Central Station.
Grand Central.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's not only the Grand Central, the clock at Grand Central.
Yeah, yeah.
Got
And
it.
over the years I've lived there, I've met so many people at the clock in Grand Central. That's the Shelling Point. So to call your conference Shelling Point means that, it's really the main conference to be at.
Got it. And how was it the main conference to be at?
It was, if you care about regenerative finance and DAO governance structures and things like that. So, that's what a lot of the presenters were. Kevin Iwaki, who founded Gitcoin, he was kind of the ringmaster running the show. It was a lot of the people who were at a pre-conference I went to in Boulder the weekend before called the General Forum on Ethereum Localism. So a lot of what Shelling Point is about is how can we have tokenomics that support local economies with things like bioregionalism. So you can have sustainable farms that are, issuing like vouchers on chain as a way to trade goods and services locally with other DAO members and community members. And how can we have an economic system that is based on circular economies rather than extractive economies. So that's the kind of stuff that we were talking about at Shelling Point. So definitely sort of the more theoretical, utopian looking minded people in the space, but a lot of people talking about topics that are near and dear to my heart. So that was Shelling Point, and then I went over to the main conference on Thursday. Um, and a lot of people did write about it, and I kind of agree the energy was a little flat compared to when I was there 2 years ago. It wasn't quite as many people in the main hall. Um, and this could just be we were in the middle of a pretty major correction in the market, and um, I think that was influencing people's attitude a little bit last week. But overall,
Dip, a
um,
dip, right?
yeah,
Buy
you
the
were
dip.
there, Steve. Yeah. But
You know
overall,
what?
I
Yeah,
think agentic AI and decentralized AI had most of the buzz, and that's where the excitement was.
there was a lot of excitement around that. And yeah, I mean, that's where I spent about 80% of my time.
Yeah.
Eve, I know you weren't there that long. What were your highlights?
I was there Saturday, and yeah,
I'm sorry, you cut out. What days were you there?
Wednesday through Saturday,
Okay.
and yeah, I spent. I guess I would say I also most of my time on decentralized AI. It's that magic moment where everybody knows each other and they're all still friendly and nobody's fought yet. So it's a wonderful moment in decentralized AI. There's a pretty substantial enemy to fight, so it's a fun time. And um, I then went to a few. Yeah, I just tried to, so I don't have to rehash. Lou have talked about for decentralized AI. Those were the hot spots to be at. Um, I went to a bunch of other parties as well, and yeah, it feels a bit like you've got an ICO market that may spin up again. I'm starting to also get requests for things like market maker agreements. So I think that's probably happening. And I feel like ETH Denver, the reason I'm kind of running through it this way is I feel like ETH Denver might be the sort of state of the industry conference, if you know what I mean. And I think everyone keeps saying that the meme coin thing is dead. And then it isn't dead. And every time they say it, it then doesn't die. So I feel meme coins are not dead. They are really just prediction markets. I don't think that the prediction market companies are long for the world because of meme coins. If you can just decentrally launch your own meme coin to get a prediction market for whatever it is, Trump coin or whatever you want to gauge the popularity of, it's a pretty efficient way of doing that, way better than a Gallup poll or something else that is one step removed from people actually putting their money where their mouth is. So that's my opinion about meme coins.
Well, thanks for sharing that, Steve. Nathan, you want to talk about your week? Oh, did Nathan leave us? I'm here before. Oh, I was hanging with him and now he was gone. Okay. Yeah, so it's let's see, any last words? I'm thinking of I personally actually did not experience that negativity or less excitement, and then probably because I've spent it all at the decentralized AI agent. But I have had multiple conversations with people who did post it. And when I talked to them about, well, and this is with people who are actually aware, I'm just not excited as I was. And and it does seem to be all price driven. Not that even people know it's price driven, but if you ask, well, what's changed, what's gotten worse, and people, it progress is never as fast. I mean, that's another thing as people think it's going to be. So and so when progress is slow and token price goes the other direction, I guess it's understandable to get a little less excited about things, but from a fundamental standpoint, in my view, price is not indicative of anything. It's price is just noise, certainly in the short run. And the lack of progress, I think, is what's to be expected. And that's why I'm so excited about AI and what AI can do for the industry, and particularly for community management, because I think it can really start to help to push the pace of progress forward.
Hey, Lou, I'd like to add, I was at Bitcoin Investor Week all week, Monday through Friday.
Oh, how was that? I'd love that. That was Anthony Pompliano's thing. Yeah.
It was first of all, completely sold out, packed to the brim. Vivek did not show up in person. He did dial in, though. He was in Cleveland, I guess, campaigning. But very, very positive. They had VIP rows of traditional investors that were starting to invest. So it was a great TradFi to DeFi event. I got to have lunch with the New York Stock Exchange, their head of business development. So they're all starting to take this very, very seriously, which I think is a huge positive for the industry. That's why I look like I'm exhausted today. It was late nights, and Glenn was in town. Lou, we did an investor night with one of the governors in Simon Mills's house, and they're all looking at ways to embrace Bitcoin. Right, it was big Bitcoin stuff.
Lisa, I have a question for you that, that conforms to a hypothesis I've heard about where is most of the liquidity going to come from for this next run up if Bitcoin's going to go to 150 or 200. And it's from traditional portfolio managers saying, you know what, the last couple of years, I would say 1% crypto. Now I'm saying 2 to 3%.
Absolutely.
Just that simple math.
And I
gets us to 200 Bitcoin, right?
100% correct. So
Yeah.
Jan van Eck is a good old friend.
Mm-hmm.
And, that's exactly what he's saying. He's saying the ETFs are great, but we have to, he also has a hedge fund, right?
Mhm.
Bitcoin Opportunity Fund was there, Lou. David Foley and James Lavish. James actually spoke. They're all up in Jackson this week. So it was just interesting. I've never seen such a it was suits and ties, everybody. That came in suits and ties. So
Wow.
very different feel than East Denver, for sure, or any of the other events. So very cool. It gave me a super positive feeling about the future. So just good conversations. Happy to share, Lou, any of those investors. And also when you're back in New Jersey, let's do some workshop roundtables because the
Yeah, I like to say
TradFi.
New York.
Wait, are you living in New York now or New Jersey?
Actually New Jersey, but I do say New York.
When you're back in New York. Actually, I'm up in Greenwich. I'll go to the Stanford Crypto Monday tonight.
Oh, great. Have you been before?
I've been, yeah, lots of
Yeah.
times.
Okay.
I'm gonna stay with
That's
my
funny. I
dad.
mean, I actually, I try to go, if I'm in town and, there's not a lot, I've probably been to, I don't know, quarter of them. Or no, I'm sorry, not a quarter. That wouldn't be, but I've been to a lot of them and they're awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I've been also going to the digital forum also by Jarvis.
Yeah, no, I've heard that's good too.
Yeah, so that's bringing out all the community banks that, the smaller asset managers, RIAs. So I'm really pushing hard for the RIAs, especially the private ones, to add Bitcoin. So, any support any of your companies can have. I'm trying to get GK8 more involved, actively engaged with some of these private investment funds that are afraid, to actually go to
That's a
BM.
great idea.
Yeah.
That's a really great idea. Right. So, I mean, we know those guys, but it sounds like you're already well connected.
Yep. I was
Yeah.
the worst, by the way, I shouldn't say this publicly, but the worst panel was Mike Novogratz. You could tell he was underwater with all of his altcoin, whatever,
Ah.
not Bitcoin.
Did he still have the Terra Luna thing on his arm or
Yeah,
no?
I don't know. He said it was a rough year. And he seemed the most pessimistic, which was kind of shocking. And as Bitcoin was going down during the conference, everybody was a Bitcoiners like, yes, just put those bids in at 78, put as many bids in as you can. And all the TradFi people were like, oh no, this is exactly why I don't want to buy it. So, pretty funny. Anyway.
Was there any, you said it was the worst talk, or depressing, was there anybody who particularly stood out on the positive side?
Unbelievable. The founder of Strike, what's his name? Jack
Mahler?
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, Jack's an unbelievable speaker. He's got a gift.
Yes, he was fantastic. And I met a woman there. Her first name is Naomi. She has a house in the city and a house in Greenwich. She said her son is one of the most famous Bitcoiners out there. I keep trying to guess. We're going to lunch next week. Hopefully she'll tell me off the record. But she was a tiny
Could be
little
Satoshi's mom.
She was even smaller than me, but she was spending money like there was no tomorrow. She was like, here. She invited us. She had 10 tickets to the opening of the Philharmonic at
Yeah.
Carnegie Hall. And she was giving them away. She goes, I'm an investor. They keep giving me tickets. I don't know what to do with them. So we'll get her involved somehow.
Very nice.
They were all very, very energetic and super exciting. So whatever I can do, Lou, when you're back in town.
Awesome.
I'll be back out west
Yeah.
as well. Are you all going to Las Vegas, by the way? Does everyone have Las Vegas on their calendar end of May
You're saying for Bitcoin?
for Bitcoin? Yeah, that's a pretty big one that a lot of people are looking to head out to. I think it's like after Memorial Day, week after.
I'm going to it.
I'll be driving back out west to try
Hey,
to.
Lisa, that was Charlie. He's one of the co-organizers of Crypto Monday Palo Alto.
Oh, awesome. Hey, Charlie, I think maybe we had a call, but definitely reach out, guys. I'd love to chat with everyone. I think the momentum is really moving forward. TradFi people, that makes me so excited. And you're exactly right, Eric.
Well,
Mention that. Yeah.
yeah,
Hey.
we'll be hosting a bunch of
Oh,
events.
sorry, for those who don't know, Praveen runs Crypto Mondays Las Vegas.
Yeah, and then Lou was
I
nice
am.
enough to introduce Alberto. So I'll
Yeah,
have
yeah. Oh, Alberto could be great. He's he's been in the space a long time.
Okay, we'll do Crypto Monday. Let me know. Let's see. I'll probably miss it. You do it the first Monday, Praveen, and
Well, we have a lot of events like throughout the week. Crypto
Oh.
Mondays. If it's a Monday, if it's not, then we call it something else.
okay, because yeah.
Call it. To always do Crypto Monday. Wherever I am, I'll do a Crypto Monday on a Wednesday. It's nothing wrong with that. That's actually why I put in the one rule, because
Oh,
people
for the
kept
AI.
on emailing me. Is it okay if I do a Crypto Mondays on a Tuesday? And I'm like, yes, it's okay.
Okay. Yeah. Good
And
to
James Lavish, by the way, Praveen, I don't know if you met him yet, but he lives 20 minutes north of Las Vegas. So their Bitcoin Opportunity Fund is doing pretty well now. Obviously, they're filling up their second round, Lou.
Oh, that's great. They were great speakers. Julie has her hand up. Julie, before you got on, actually, people were going through, like, Steve was the last one and Eric, talking about their highlights from East Denver. And my guess is you had a few.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah, Julie.
Wow, boy,
Well,
did we have a few. It started out with you, Lou, as it always does. Lou,
Start out with us.
it did. Lou sent me our origin picture of him in front of Torchy's Tacos. I like to say this all the time. I hope everyone finds their own Lou Kerner at either a Torchy's or a Crypto Mondays. By the way, I have some pretty deep connections. Charles, I sent you a private message. Please call me. I have an opportunity for you, certainly in your area. So reach out to me. The stand
And Charlie, if you don't know, right, Julie runs Crypto Mondays globally, so kind of oversees everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great to reconnect. And Stand with Crypto is doing a crypto tour in your neighborhood, and I want to connect them with you and make sure it happens. And Praveen, my friend.
Oh, hold on, but Stand with Crypto is Coinbase's, kind of pack. So these guys have money. They've been supportive of Crypto Mondays in NYC. And so to the degree like we want to do something, that could be a great, they could be a great source of capital to help us throw, or offset expenses of a nice event.
Yeah. Yeah. We did an excellent event at ETH Denver. I think, Lou, we probably had about 1,000 people come through the door.
It was a mob scene. It was awesome. It was just, I've always been dreaming of a line out the door.
Well, this
Great
place
thing
was
about this
large
place
enough.
is, yes, exactly.
We didn't have to have a line out the door, but it was down and around on the inside of the bar. So, it was great, Lou. And there's a few things, for next year, I think that we can even do to elevate it even more. And it was great seeing, like seeing Eric there. It was great to see you. I know it's always a pleasure and a treat to be able to do that. And John, I was able to go to a couple of your outlier events. I aspire to elevate our Crypto Mondays events like you do your outlier events with Caitlin. She did an amazing job this year. My biggest takeaway from all of these,
John wasn't there. John was still in.
that's
South
why I'm
America.
giving I'm giving him the alert on what the events were, because Caitlin was phenomenal in and she did a few things at your event that I'm gonna mimic at our Crypto Mondays events when we have them. Two takeaways that I took from all of ETH Denver is there is no such thing as competition. It's collaboration with the ability to have interoperability. I'm going to say it's three things now. Builders. That's still the number two. And women came out in droves. Women were in the build-a-thons, the hackathons. I saw the massive amount of women that I've ever seen before being educated. So interoperability, builders, and women, that's what I saw across the board at ETH Denver. And again, connecting with everyone. I'll drop my name and email in here if you guys want to talk with me. We have Bitcoin Opportunity Fund, we have Vault 12, we have Stand with Crypto. We have some pretty interesting mission statements that are out there that would like to tap into your local chapter and or what you're doing. So reach out to me so we can see how we can strategize.
Where are you today?
I am in the glorious virtual world of someplace exotic and warm like Miami.
Nice.
But on Wednesday, I will be in Aspen because I'm a bougie degen and I'm going to go skiing.
That's sweet. So you're coming back.
I had to come back to Miami, although this is a virtual screen, but I am going to go to Aspen and have some fun and then hit South by Southwest. So if anybody's at South by, I have some really great events that will be great to tap into so we can pick our track together. I am doing press at South by for CoinDesk.
Ooh,
Yeah.
very
So
good.
it's super exciting.
Julie is truly a South by OG.
You guys, 38 years in a row, even the 1 year that we were dark, I say dark, we were at a 12 feet away masked event at one of the founders' houses. 38 years. South by Southwest is my longest relationship. I don't know if there's another mere mortal on the earth that's been as many times as I have.
That's crazy.
And Julie, yeah, the Bitcoin Investor Week in New York had a handful of women. Caitlin came for one day, right? She was there, but it was probably less than 5% women. Really disappointing, but it was all TradFi in suits and ties. So go figure.
Well,
And
at least Kathy Wood was there.
Kathy was there. Yes. She
Yeah,
was amazing.
I'm a Kathy Wood fanboy.
Well, I will tell you guys, if I'm able to say a little tidbit right now, we had as our speakers on stage, we had Evan from Yuma and DCG, and then we had Tomer Weller from the Stellar Development Foundation. And they would like to do a ladies event at their offices in New York City, specifically for Crypto Mondays Wall Street, perhaps. So Lisa, we might be able to up those ladies' numbers by doing it in a facility that wants to take care of us women. And of course, we always welcome our ambassadors. So we're not exclusive, only ladies.
Well, would April work, Julie?
No, it'll probably be in June.
Okay.
Probably.
I think the Crypto Mondays that had the most women at it ever, I think LA threw one where you could come if you were female, you could come. If you were male, you could only come if you brought a female with you.
Awesome.
So that obviously by definition, it was more than 50% female, and it was packed. What?
Oh, it was. It wasn't Kate Lynch's idea.
I love that idea.
Yeah,
if you're a
exactly.
ambassador, you must bring a lady.
Yeah, let's figure out, let's definitely get that going in New York and other chapters, because it is a good idea. And actually, I had not heard what you just said about there being more women. But as I'm thinking about it, trying to think, yeah, I don't think it was that way at the decentralized AI events.
No.
It was not. But at the Builder events and the hackathons and all the classes, it was overwhelmingly women.
And don't forget Tuva launching Bitcoin.
Yes,
that's official.
She was there, right?
That's right.
She met with Jen.
Yeah. So it's so funny. I mean, obviously, entrepreneurs have to follow what their passion is and do what they want. But I think she has such a big, monstrous opportunity. I want her to take Bitcoin and have all the letters but HB.
Yeah.
In one letter, so it spells Bitcoin, and then have to be Bitcoin for her, and just focus on Bitcoin. Just get women into Bitcoin. It's such an awesome name for that.
I love it. I'll let her know you said that, or you.
Oh no, she's. I'm sure she's tired of hearing it from me.
It's amazing, because that would be a great idea. So this woman.
Hopefully, she'll be here tonight at Crypto Monday San Francisco.
She will be. Oh yeah, tell her I said hi.
Okay.
And I will get her hooked up with Naomi out of Greenwich, who love the idea of Bitcoin. So
Awesome.
we'll get on a call. Tell her that.
Charlie, you want to say something?
Yeah, I was going to say, it would be interesting is if we could get certainly Lisa and Julie and maybe a third and do the Women of Crypto Mondays event.
Tuva.
Because I think that, there's a lot of, you see it in Crypto Monday Palo Alto a lot of women come in, they get kind of intimidated to leave, but they're super smart, super entrepreneurial, building stuff. And so I think doing a panel discussion about, what is it like to build community and be part of this and all that. And all the years at South by Southwest and all the stories of those kinds of nature, I think would be really great and really inspiring. And as a guy who's got 3 daughters, I think it's important to have those stories put out in the world and have people see them. So I'll volunteer to throw the event probably in let's give it a couple months, maybe May or something. We can work on calendars, but I think it'd be interesting.
Where are you, Charlie? You're in San Francisco, you said?
Yeah, I live in San Francisco, but I co-organize Crypto Palo Alto.
That'd be
But,
great.
and they do it weekly.
That's awesome.
Years.
Fantastic. So, alrighty.
So
Thank
I
you.
will definitely be there. I mean, I'm here in San Francisco, largely there's just so much going on here. This is just such the epicenter of everything. It'd be great to spend some time out here with with you ladies, and yeah, it's really just such an awesome ecosystem. I know that Nathan, he came back. Is he still here? Because everybody was talking. Nope, he's come gone again. That's funny. Cool. So everybody who has been to I think anybody else at who didn't talk about their East Denver? I don't think anybody was at East Denver who wasn't there. So
I can
let's see.
share something.
I could
Oh,
I could
Yep.
share something if you want.
Michael, what's going on, my friend?
How's it going, Julie? Good to
Great
see you again.
Where are you, Michael?
So I'm back. I'm back in New Jersey now, but spent from
I'm sorry, I
Tuesday
didn't mean to
till
rip on New Jersey earlier.
I know. Well, I missed that part. So
Ah.
no, I'm in New Jersey like half the week, in the city the other half. It's great for raising kids. But East Denver was great. I was there from Tuesday to Sunday. Saw Julie a bit. I taught in New York on Monday, and then flew out first thing Tuesday morning to East Denver, and checked on some portfolio companies that I invested in, and also participated in a bunch of AI hackathons, and ended up winning Near's AI Games hackathon. So that was fun.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
thanks. It was a great afternoon, and Near's actually doing a lot of really interesting things that I wasn't familiar with
Oh,
before
Near
the
is killing it.
conference.
I mean,
Hey,
you
Michael, you
won't
can't say you won it and then not tell us what the game was.
Oh, yeah, sure. So the event was really about training agents for reinforcement learning to how to win games. So they gave a few starter projects like beat Tetris, sorry, beat Pong. And so I trained a reinforcement learning agent to win the game of Pong. And that's an old, kind of an old technique from deep learning from about like 2018, but it's being used in a lot of modern applications. So the really cool thing about Near that I wanted to share for whoever's a developer and whoever's building, they're hosting free inference on Fireworks' servers. They're sponsoring it. So if you want to build anything, as long as you log in with a Near wallet, you can build an application and run it for free, like on their dime, on their GPUs. So I'm working on a few other things right now. I made a AI agent that searches anybody on the web, and then like speaks as is coming from their perspective. And it's really nice not to have to pay for the GPUs. So just if anybody wants more info on that, I'll share some docs and GitHubs. Just reach out to me.
And that's awesome. What was your thought just generally of the kind of AI, the intersection of crypto and AI? Just
Yeah, so a lot of interesting things happening. So company, and it's cool to see companies in New York building on that. Like my friend in New just went in to become head of ecosystem and BD for Open Gradient. So they sponsored a hackathon there, another hackathon in the AI space, and they're doing decentralized GPUs. I think there's going to be there's a lot of companies working on that aspect of things, and a lot trying to tap into the agent market. I think that it's going to be interesting to see whether decentralized training versus decentralized inference, whether that wins in the market. I know News Research is also in New York, and they're doing decentralized training, which I think is interesting. Um, there's a lot of companies building DeepIn things on Solana, so I think that DeepIn compute on the CPU is also very interesting. The company that I just invested in is called Beamable. So they're doing game servers with data like back data centers that are functioning for CPU compute to host these games and run the networking for the games and like all the live ops for the games on the back end. And I think that's really interesting too. And I think that we're going to probably see more DeepIn companies follow, or more companies follow that strategy of building the demand side of DeepIn, and then launching as open source blockchain companies instead of as B2B SaaS companies. So I really like that we're starting to see more companies build out, because the DeepIn plays mostly are a two-sided marketplace. So I like that we're seeing companies build out the demand side of the double-sided
that is the
marketplace.
challenge, right?
Yeah,
This is what
yeah,
that's one of the weird things I think, that I really learned from Eric, because like, at least I never read about it anywhere, is how there's a massive amount of supply and no demand for all
exactly,
these
exactly.
GPUs.
Yeah. So I mean, that's
And I assume everybody, the supply of GPUs that everybody thinks they have, that they don't have if there actually comes demand. The only reason they have
right.
is because there's no demand.
There's so much underutilization in that space just in general, but they will be necessary. But the question is, like, they're kind of like unused hotel rooms if they don't get used, right?
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
within 5 years they'll all need to be upgraded, so you're counting on a certain amount of utilization over the next 5 years for those GPUs to pay back. It's not like an ASIC miner, which you can just run 24/7 and you'll be mining Bitcoin with it, right? You actually need to have somebody contract for the demand. And
So
that's why I
yeah. Go on.
well,
I'm sorry.
just to say one last thing on this, like that's why I think smart contracts really help, because you can do real-time contracting as someone who wants to buy uh like uh, compute. You can do real-time bidding for the best possible rate on the compute, and just spin up a server on demand as you get more players for your game or what have you, and then that'll handle the hyperscaling. So I think it's a really good use case for blockchain, but you do have to have the demand already. And I hope more companies do move to it that have the demand already.
Well, you should get, hey, you should get involved, help us. We're building a community management AI agent, and sounds like, you're as smart as anybody. Yeah.
I'm in, Lou. I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in. I'll
Awesome.
help out.
Awesome. And my I had two highlights in Denver. My first is ran into a company called Market Across. It's one of the leading Web3 marketing firms out of Tel Aviv, and they're actually part of the alliance. And one of the guys asked me if I knew any of any Americans who wanted to hire an American, to come work in Tel Aviv with them and, help them sell into America. And so when I go to Building Blocks, a conference I'm going to in a few weeks, I'm going to be bringing my oldest son with me, and he's going to go on a job interview there. So that was number one. And number two was, I'm a walker, and I was on a 3-mile walk in between events, and about half a mile away from the event, and I ran into some guys on the street. I knew this where nobody was really walking. They said, "Where are you going?" I said, "A half mile away." They said, "Why don't you come to the party, there?" And I was like, "Okay." So, and that's part of the beauty, I think, of Denver is the randomness of where you end up. And long story short, I ended up in an awesome conversation with Ilya, from Near, who's the founder of Near, and who's they're all in on AI. And so I got a chance to pitch him, and I've known Ilya. I went to NearCon, actually met Ilya, Julie, at Torchy's in 2019, had lunch with him there. And anyways, long story short, he seemed very amenable to the being a member of the of Daya, which would be awesome. And, we'll see if he follows through. He said that he would be the featured guest for Crypto Mondays Dubai at Token 2049. So, Julie, I'll follow up with you on that, because both of those, either one of those would be awesome.
So are you saying everything starts with the taco, Lou?
A lot of the best things in my life have, yes. Cool. Anybody else have anything they want to bring up, chat about?
Charles has his hand up.
Charles?
Sorry, I was up from
I
earlier.
don't think you ever put him down. Anything, Robin, you want to add? After I go to the after I go to Crypto Mondays Tel Aviv, the following week, I think that's March 24th and March 31st. I'm going to be at Crypto Mondays, either Lisbon or Porto, depending on where they want to have it. And so that'll be the first time I'll be meeting Robin face to face.
Yeah,
What-
that's gonna be funny, eh? Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks so
the
much.
fourth one.
When is that?
That's March 31st. Robin, you're a little muffled.
Sorry, I'm actually having a barbecue here. So because it's 8 o'clock here. So yeah, but it's fun to be participating, and Crypto Mondays is really rocking. It's just amazing how it's expanding around the world. Like Crypto Mondays Cape Town started tonight, and I see.
Awesome.
Thank you for introducing Dave to me. So he's got something going in the Algarve in Portugal, so that's fabulous. So yeah, I'm just excited to be part of this journey. Things are rocking. I'm struggling to keep up, but I think anybody who works with Lou is going to struggle to keep up. So I'm happy to hang on to his coattails and just keep sailing, you know.
Yeah, thanks, Robin. We're up to 4 now, just 4 Crypto Mondays just in Lisbon, which is awesome. Charles,
crazy.
Bruin?
Hi, Lou. Just one quick question. The AI agent, the collective AI agent, is that done on Virtual's protocol?
It will be part of virtual. I mean, when it rolled out, I think the plan is to roll it out on have virtuals be one of the places where we roll it out. I think on the base chain and on Solana.
Okay, thanks. I mean, and just to participate in the alpha, just send an email to Lilia. Is that right?
You send an email to me, or actually, or to Delhi, but I'll connect you with Delhi if you haven't been connected yet.
Okay. Fantastic.
Yeah, and Delhi is also just a great ambassador for the brand. He's a super likable guy. You're hanging out with him in East Denver. Just everybody knows him and likes him. So,
and he's a Brit, of course, as well.
Exactly.
Hey,
Okay.
before we go, Lou,
Yep.
you know, the last I heard from Robin is that he was going fishing. Robin, will you tell us how big of a fish you caught?
No, I won't, Julie. We didn't do any fishing.
Well, you said you were going fishing.
It was the 50th anniversary of our fishing weekend. I mean, why would you go fishing? We celebrated properly.
I'm so disappointed, Robin.
So John Goldschmidt, how long? Where are you going in the U.S.? How long are you going to be around?
I'm back in the US now. So I'll be, I'm trying to plan out the next few moves in terms of conferences, stuff like that. I think Bitcoin's on the radar. I'd love to try to make the South by that's coming up. And I'm really interested to see kind of the interest coming from trad tech and Web 2 towards crypto now, especially for the environment of the US. Not to get too much into it, but I think I did read a lot of people in Denver were kind of like disappointed, and I hear that every year, but I think now more than ever, it's like people are starting to realize it's time to, for there really to be some fundamentals, and I think we're heading in that direction. So South by could be good.
Hey, John, this is Mark Williamstein. I'm not planning to be in Austin, but I do have a fund manager that is running there. I got a ton of invitations from Axios and a bunch of other things. So if you want me to, I'll just put my email in the chat. Drop me a note and I'll forward some of them to you if you're interested.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
Hey, John, can I invite you here to share the good news as to why you were a little off the grid? I'm so excited for you.
You may. Yeah, I can share. I mean, I actually had a wedding that I was intimately involved in. I was actually the groom.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, had a wedding.
Yeah, I had a wedding. We've been married civilly for a few years, my wife and I, but she's from Peru, and we had a wedding there with her family, with all the family, and a big celebration. So it was I was off the grid completely for a few weeks, and it was for a good reason.
Wow. Well, congratulations, John. Super happy for you.
Yeah,
He
thanks.
was in, you were doing quite the dance. You and your wife were wearing traditional costumes, and
Right.
you do know how to cut a rug.
Thank you. I spent there's a dance called the marinera in Peru, and it's quite, I mean, it's different than anything I see, but it was a lot of fun. We spent 2 months kind of practicing, and then had the whole routine, so it was fun to do and quite memorable. Yeah, it's quite like elaborate. So yeah, it was cool.
Okay, well, cool. Well, again, this was another awesome call. I got to tell you that we got to do this more often. I learned a ton. It's great to catch up with everybody and people who didn't even know we're married or married. So let's do it again. Happy Crypto Monday, everyone.
Thanks so much. Crypto Monday.
See you tonight.
Bye.
See you tonight.